What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick Green.
And I am Cannon Gates.
And you're listening to Grounded in Greenville on WZMB 91.3 FM Greenville. It's time for our Greenville Roundup of the week, where we talk about things going on the wonderful, wonderful city of Greenville, North Carolina, the place that we all love and call home for many of us listening right now. Maybe not everybody, because we do air to all of Pitt County, and some people who listen who are not in Pitt County, because if you listen through our website right now. However, most of us do call Greenville, North Carolina home, so that's what we're going to talk about today is the wonderful city of Greenville, North Carolina. And I'll go ahead and get us started again with the Greenville Roundup. The Greenville Women's League is hosting a golfing tournament, a Golfing for Greenville tournament on Tuesday, April 9th at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. All proceeds will go to the Joy Community Center and Soup Kitchen, and you do not need to know a thing about golf in order to participate. You can sign up to golf or sponsor on their Facebook page or website if you are interested in doing so. And this is just a great thing that we're doing in the community to help bring awareness to the Joy Community Center and Soup Kitchen. I love that. I love just tournaments like this in order for charity. I love it. I think it's a great thing that's done. Cannon, I don't know about you, but growing up in my hometown, you saw this all the time at the local golf course, where there would just be a golf tournament every now and then, where a charity would sponsor a golf tournament, and then people could sponsor certain holes, and at that point you donate a certain amount of money to sponsor a certain hole. And every single time you were in that hole, I mean, there was a big sign of whatever your business was. I think it's just a great thing for the businesses, for charity, and just everybody in general. I think it's a win. And then even for the players, too, who are just playing a game of golf. You're playing a game of golf. How can you complain about that? I mean.
I would say ours were even more than that.
Oh, yeah.
So I know for a fact our county schools would have like 2 times a year had a teacher tournament. There was the school 15 minutes from us. They were state champions of golf in my senior year. They're always really good at golf. They have a kid who's a sophomore. He's the best sophomore golfer in North Carolina, pretty much, or up there at least. Their course that's 20 minutes away. Where the school that's really good, the one I was talking about. They always have tournaments literally. I feel like every weekend almost. There's so many golf courses. We didn't have one where I'm at in my town. But I would say within a 15, 20-mile radius, there was probably 8, 9 golf courses. Mm-hmm. A lot. And I'm in a small town. It's that's saying a lot with how many there is. You always see stuff like that. It's a very good thing to see. Good for the Greenville Women's League to be hosting that. Golf tournaments are really fun just to be in. I've never been in a golf tournament just because I like playing golf, but I'm really bad.
With you.
Don't really feel like putting in money to lose really badly.
When you play Top Golf, have you ever hit to the back wall?
Oh, heck no. You know what I do? I get a pitching wedge.
And you go for the ones
pop
right
them.
there?
Yeah, I just pop. Because I'm solid with a pitching wedge. 7-iron.
Cannon, I do the exact same thing whenever I play Top Golf. I could not hit that thing to save my life. I grab myself a pitching wedge. I do the exact same thing. I aim for not the closest circle, but maybe the
there's the middle one.
Yeah,
it's
the middle
relatively
one.
big.
Yep.
And I just pop them.
Pop it right there.
Yeah,
every single time.
Bad or
Get
7-iron.
myself a solid 20 points every single time. And I'm not getting the 100 points on the back wall, but I'm getting solid 20
I never
time.
come in last.
No,
I never come in last, and I play with. I'm the worst golfer, and I never come in last because I do that.
I'm right there with you. I cannot hit a golf ball to save my life. I'm not good at it, and I think it might be something to do with growing up playing baseball instead of golf because it's completely different. I thought it'd be a similar motion. No, it's not. Not at all. Apparently.
Well, yeah, no. I was on the middle school golf team my 8th grade year. I was terrible, but I've played since 7th grade. I've really kind of slowed down the last couple of years, but 7th grade, senior year, I played a lot. I was never any good.
Oh,
and I cheated so much. So much.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly. And I slice it. So what I do is instead of getting center to the ball, I move myself about 3 feet backwards, line myself up where I'm shooting almost to the left, and I turn my club even, and still, it usually goes to the middle. It goes middle.
That's how it goes.
Because I slice it so hard.
That is exactly how it goes every single time you try and play golf. It's funny because I grew up in a small town. We actually did have a golf course right there in our hometown. And believe it or not, that's one of the best golf courses in – actually, I don't know enough about golf to say it's one of the best in the state. However, I do know many – so I grew up in a small town outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. For context here, many Carolina Panthers players actually go to this course pretty regularly to play games of golf. I know quite a few buddies who actually work at the course, and they'll just do random stuff over there. They've told me several stories about how one time Christian McCaffrey's been there. Different players and different coaches, owners have all been at this course before. I'm trying to think of other players off the top of my head who I know. I know Christian McCaffrey for sure has been there. When he was there, the town blew up. Within minutes, that word was out that Christian McCaffrey was at that golf course. And I mean, I'm sure people drove out to see him.
Yeah.
I didn't personally, but I almost guarantee you the whole town was out there within minutes. But just the fact that we had that kind of atmosphere was awesome. And that course was always hosting different types of events. I mean, my mom works at a charity over in that same town that they'll have golf tournaments at that course too. And I mean, it's a big turnout every single time. It's just awesome. It's a great community thing to bring the community together. And I love that Greenville's doing it. I love when towns do this. I think this needs to be done more often to bring the community together for something as simple as a golf tournament, but at the same time, it raises money for a bigger issue, and I love it. I think this is a great way of going about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A little change of pace here for my story. Always seems to be that way.
Well, typically we do it backwards where we have the bad story and then the good story.
I probably should have let us do that time.
Oh,
Anyways,
well, it's okay.
More information is coming out about an officer being shot Tuesday night in Greenville. WITN has obtained new arrest warrants against Jonas Facito. Officer Jeremiah Lovelace was shot while he and other officers were responding to a possible domestic violence call on Glendale Drive. Facito is now facing 21 charges for the officer's shooting and a subsequent 5.5-hour standoff with police. The arrest warrants say Lovelace was shot in the arm with a ACAR 12-gauge shotgun, lodging multiple projectiles in the victim's arm. Two other officers, Sergeant Tyler Whaley and Officer Haley Rohack, were apparently nearby as Facito is charged with attempted first-degree murder involving them as well. Police say Facito barricaded himself inside the apartment with a 9-month-old baby. Warrants say Facito and a woman at the apartment of the child's parents. And a lot of things they're a little too gruesome, I think, to say on here.
That's fine.
And Greenville Police says Facito now faces a total of 21 charges. Not going to read them all either, but, murder, assault, weapons, stuff like that. And he has a lengthy criminal record as well. And he's being held at the Pitt County Jail. Really stinks to see. Yeah, exactly, as he should be. Really stinks to see about all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's actually terrible that happens, and I hate that. I mean, there's terrible people in this world, and it seems very common that you're going to see stories of just these horrible people doing horrible things, and it's always horrible to see every single time. Every time it comes around, you hate to see it, and I mean, you hope the worst for that guy. Honestly, like that's terrible. Like there's no reason to shoot an officer, trap yourself in with a baby. I mean that's horrible. I mean,
yeah.
There's just no reason for it. There's not a single reason that you could tell to me that I would sit there and be like, oh, that's a good reason for doing that. There's not a single one. I can't think of a single thing that makes that justified. And yeah, I hope he deserves everything he's got coming to him.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're going to end on that note for the Greenville Roundup, but we got some more positive news coming in for In the Pit, so y'all stay tuned for that, where we'll hopefully cheer you guys up a little bit more. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Up next is Cody Johnson, Till You Can't. We'll check this out.